As a health and safety professional, it's important that people trust us. If they don't trust us, they won't listen and they won't do the things that we ask them to do. They won't even consider our ideas. And I've been fascinated my whole life about how to get people to listen and consider my ideas. How do I influence them? It's really hard. More importantly, how do I influence myself? You know, how do I stop myself going for the cookie jar or eating too many chips, drinking too much wine on a Friday night? How do we influence? Well, one of the things which we need to do is build trust. We need to get people to trust us. And I guess there are lots of ways of doing that. But for me, the people that I trust are the people that I'm convinced are telling me the truth. And how can I tell who's telling me the truth? It's people who tell me things, warts and all. That was a conversation I had this morning with someone. We were talking about warts and all. Yeah, we're discussing the pros and cons of being honest in a sales pitch. Are you going to discuss the negative of the product, the negative of the service in any way, or do you hide it? Well, I'm of the view that you should just get it out there in the open. And I've actually used this without realizing it my entire life. Like in job interviews. Yeah, try not to oversell yourself in a job interview. Tell people why you might not be qualified. Tell people what your weaknesses are. And don't just stop there, tell them how you might overcome that. You know, give them the solution to that problem as well. When you're proposing some kind of procedure or solution or policy or product to somebody, tell them what the problems are with it. Tell them why it might not work. Tell them what they would have to do to overcome those problems. Yeah, I was having a conversation just the other day with a customer about IOSH Managing Safely training. And they wanted me to give them a quote to train the frontline team leaders and the engineering team. And I just declined to quote in the end because I just got the feeling from the conversation that actually they had some really deeply rooted problems within the senior management team. And I just had to say it as nicely as I could. So I actually don't think that training this front level team is going to have the impact that you want it to have. So we really need to aim higher with this. I really do believe that this warts and all approach works because if somebody only says good things to you, for me, that makes me trust them less. It's like the snaky salesperson who tells you that everything's great. It's like my wife. Jesus, my wife, she's always complimenting me. I've had to tell her in the past. We've kind of reached an agreement now, but I've had to tell her in the past that the more you compliment me, the less I trust your opinion, less I trust your judgment, because you're coming across as biased. And salespeople might be biased, but also salespeople might be manipulative. Just like the interviewee at a job, if you're applying for a job, you might be trying to lie and deceive your way into the position, and people are on the lookout for that. So I think when you tell someone something negative, if you warn them of a potential issue with the product or your application or your proposal, I think it really makes you more credible, makes you look more trustworthy, more honest in their eyes. So there's an idea for you. Give people the negatives when you're trying to sell something, sell an idea, tell them what the problems are, and then give them the possible solution. Try and come across as balanced. You're balanced in your opinion, in your judgment. Show that you don't really care either way. Try and give them a balanced opinion. And anyway, there we are. That's my thought for today. Enjoy the rest of your day.